Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The emperors of Rome and Byzantium built and shaped one of the greatest empires in history. They were conquerors, reformers, and brilliant strategists, leaving their mark through immortal battles, magnificent monuments, and enduring legacies. Based on authentic historical sources, advanced reconstruction software, and modern AI technology, they return vivid and majestic as if the Roman Empire had never fallen. Who were these figures? Join us to discover and experience their stories. Number 1. Augustus 63 BC 14. Originally named Gas Octavius, later styled Emperor Caesar Diphilius Augustus, was the first emperor of Rome. He ended the civil wars by defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra, inaugurating the Pax Romana, more than 2 centuries of peace and prosperity. Though he failed to secure unity within his dynasty, Augustus held power until his death in 14a. His legacy of stability, reforms, and cultural renewal made him a truly great symbol of Roman history. Number 2. Tiberius 42 BC. 37 fully named Tiberius Julius Caesar was the second emperor of Rome from the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Before ascending the throne, he earned distinction as a brilliant general, expanding Rome's frontiers in Germania and Pannonia. As emperor, he ruled cautiously, strengthening the treasury and administrative system. In later years, however, he grew withdrawn and suspicious, remembered as a cold and distant ruler. Upon his death in 37 AD, Tiberius left a legacy both controversial and complex in Roman history. Number 3. Caligula 12 to 41. Born Gaius Julius Caesar Germanicus, was the third emperor of Rome in the Julio-Claudian dynasty, ascending the throne after Tiberius. He was initially welcomed by the people, but soon gained infamy for cruelty and extravagance. Caligula became notorious for bizarre decisions and instilling fear among senators and courtiers. His brief reign of 4 years ended in assassination, leaving behind the legacy of one of the most controversial and infamous figures in Roman history. Number 4. Claudius 10 BC. 54 fully named Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus was the 4th emperor of Rome in the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Initially underestimated for poor health and awkward demeanor, he unexpectedly ascended the throne after Caligula's assassination. Claudius proved effective by conquering Britannia and reforming the administration. Yet his reign was overshadowed by palace intrigues. Upon his death in 54 AD, he left a legacy both successful and complex, remembered as a ruler who defied expectations. Number 5. Nero 37 to 68. Fully named Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus was the 5th and last emperor of the Julio-Claudian dynasty. He became infamous both as a patron of the arts and for cruelty and extravagance. His reign is remembered for the Great Fire of Rome in 64, persecution of Christians, and widespread revolts. Branded a tyrant, Nero lost support and committed suicide in 68 AD. Despite his notoriety, he left a cultural imprint through Roman art, theater, and architecture. Number 6. Vespasian 9 to 79. Formerly Titus Flavius Vespasianus was the founding emperor of the Flavian dynasty. Rising from modest equestrian origins, he distinguished himself through military campaigns in Britannia and Judea. After the turmoil of the year of the 4 emperors 69, Vespasian emerged victorious and restored stability. He strengthened the treasury, reformed administration, and began the construction of the Colosseum. Upon his death in 79 AD, Vespasian left a legacy of stability and one of Rome's most enduring architectural symbols. Number 7. Titus 39 to 81. Fully named Titus Flavius Vespasianus, was a Roman emperor of the Flavian dynasty. He became renowned for his victory at the Siege of Jerusalem in 70, which brought great prestige to Rome. In 79, Titus succeeded his father Vespasian, inaugurated the Colosseum, and was admired as a benevolent ruler. He died suddenly in 81 at the age of 42. Though his reign was brief, Titus left a lasting legacy as a just leader and enduring symbol of Roman virtue. Number 8. Domitian 51 to 96, fully named Titus Flavius Domitianus, was the last emperor of the Flavian dynasty. He ascended the throne in 81 after the death of his brother Titus and quickly consolidated absolute power. Known for reforms in finance, the military, and the arts, Domitian was also criticized for his autocratic rule. He was assassinated in 96 in a palace conspiracy. His legacy remains controversial, remembered both as a reformer who strengthened Rome and as a tyrant feared by many. Number 9. Trajan 53 to 117, fully named Marcus Ulpius Trionis, was one of Rome's greatest emperors. Celebrated for military genius and wise governance, he expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent through the conquest of Dia and campaigns in the east. Trajan also became renowned for monumental works, such as Trajan's Column and his Grand Forum. Upon his death in 117 AD, he was praised as the ideal model of an emperor, leaving a lasting legacy in Roman history. Number 10. Hadrian 76 to 138, fully named Publius Aelius Hadrianus, was a Roman emperor best remembered for consolidating the empire rather than expanding it. His most famous achievement was Hadrian's Wall in Britannia, a massive fortification, marking Rome's northern frontier. A patron of the arts, architecture, and Greek culture, he left behind many magnificent monuments. Hadrian's reign brought stability and peace, shaping the image of a scholar-emperor whose legacy blended military prudence with cultural brilliance. Number 11. Antoninus Pius, 86 to 161, fully named Titus Aelius Hadrianus. Antoninus Augustus Pius was a Roman emperor of the Antonine dynasty. He ascended the throne in 138 after Hadrian and became known for his gentle character, fairness, and avoidance of war. His 23-year reign is remembered as one of Rome's most peaceful and prosperous eras. Antoninus died in 161, leaving behind the enduring legacy of a benevolent and wise ruler who symbolized stability and virtue in Roman history. Number 12. Marcus Aurelius, 121 to 180. Formerly named Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, was the 16th emperor of Rome and a distinguished Stoic philosopher. He led campaigns against the Germanic tribes and Partha while leaving behind the immortal work Meditations. Despite hardships and plagues, Marcus upheld discipline and defended the empire's frontiers. He died in 180 at the age of 59. His legacy endures as the philosopher king, a symbol of Roman moral strength and intellectual wisdom that continues to inspire. Number 13. Commodus, 161 to 192, fully named Lucius Aurelius Commodus, was the 17th emperor of Rome and the son of Marcus Aurelius. Initially expected to follow his father's wisdom, he soon became infamous for cruelty, extravagance, and self-deification. His reign was marked by corruption, instability, and the decline of imperial authority. Commodus was assassinated at the age of 31. His legacy remains tied to misrule and excess, often seen as the beginning of Rome's imperial decline. Number 14. Septimius Severus, 145 to 211, fully named Lucius Septimus Severus, was the founder of the Severan dynasty born in Leptis Magna, North Africa. He became the first Roman emperor of African origin, rising to power in 193 after civil war. He strengthened imperial authority through military reforms and consolidation of power. He died in 211 at York while campaigning in Britannia. His legacy marked the beginning of a powerful yet turbulent dynasty that reshaped Rome's politics and imperial structure. Number 15. Caracalla, 188 to 217, known as Marcus Aurelius Caesar Antoninus Augustus, was a Roman emperor of the Severan dynasty. He is most famous for the Antonine Decree of 212, which granted Roman citizenship to nearly all free inhabitants of the empire. However, Caracalla also became infamous for his cruelty and autocratic rule. He was assassinated in 217 while campaigning in the East. His legacy is marked by a combination of significant reforms and harsh brutality that defined his turbulent reign. Number 16, Diocletian. 244 to 311, fully named Gas Aurelius Valerius Diocletianes, was a Roman emperor famed for his sweeping reforms. He ended the crisis of the 3rd century by restructuring the administration, strengthening the army, and establishing the tetrarchy. While he achieved stability for the empire, Diocletian is also remembered for his severe persecution of Christians. After 2 decades on the throne, he abdicated in 305 and died in 311, leaving behind a legacy both monumental and controversial. Number 17, Constantius Chlorus, 250 to 306. Fully named Flavius Valerius Constantius was a Roman emperor in the Tetrarchy. Beginning as Caesar under Maximian, he rose to Augustus in 305. Constantius became renowned for his campaigns in Gaul and Britannia, defeating invading forces and reinforcing the empire's western frontiers. He died in 306 at Iberacum, York. His legacy endures as a resolute military leader whose efforts maintained Rome's stability and demonstrated the effectiveness of the tetrarchic system during a time of great challenges. Number 18. Maximian 250 to 310, fully named Marcus Aurelius Valerius Maximianes, was a Roman emperor who ruled jointly with Diocletian in the Tetrarchy appointed Augustus in 286. He took charge of the Western Empire, achieving success in campaigns along the Rhine and Danube frontiers. Known as a tough but ambitious leader, Maximian abdicated in 305, yet returned to power briefly before being forced to commit suicide in 310. His legacy lies in fortifying Rome's western defenses and sustaining imperial order during a turbulent era. Number 19. Constantine the Great, 272 to 337, fully named Flavius Valerius Constantinus, was a towering and influential Roman emperor. He rose to prominence with victory at the Battle of the Milvian Bridge 312, becoming the sole ruler of both East and West. Constantine is renowned for issuing the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity, and founding Constantinople as the empire's new capital. He died in 337, leaving an enduring legacy in politics, religion, and the cultural foundation of Europe. Number 20. Theodosius the Great, 347 to 395. Fully named Flavius Theodosius was the last Roman emperor to rule both East and West. He is best remembered for making Christianity the sole official religion of the empire, ending traditional pagan practices. Theodosius also secured his authority through victories over barbarian invasions and by managing internal crises. Upon his death in 395, the empire was permanently divided. Yet his religious and political legacy continued to shape the course of European civilization. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and hit subscribe so you won't miss our next exciting content.